As technology advances and changes, our concerns about the future also change. Robots with firearms have been one of the hottest subjects in recent years. It is horrifying to consider the possibility of artificial intelligence having the ability to kill people. But this possibility is getting closer to becoming a reality. We've all heard the tales of science fiction films where machines seize control of the world, arming themselves with weapons and murdering people. Robots with guns are reality today, despite the absurd notion that they are still in the future. They have already arrived, in fact, and their arrival prompts some crucial inquiries concerning the safety and security of our planet. Armed robots have become a growing concern due to their potential to be used in war zones or for security purposes. Some experts believe that the use of robotic weaponry could lead to more efficient and effective operations, while others are concerned about the potential risks associated with them. They have been a part of science fiction for decades, from the original Terminator movie to the more recent Battlestar Galactica series. The idea of highly armed robotic creatures has been used to portray the dangers of artificial intelligence and robotics technology for years. Fear of these robots has extended into the world of film, television, and video games, where technology has been used to represent the dangers of unchecked artificial intelligence. In more recent years, this idea once relegated to works of fiction has become a reality, with advanced robotics companies such as Boston Dynamics and Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, developing robots that are capable of autonomous movements and shooting weapons. The advancement of robotics and artificial intelligence, AI technology, has opened the door for armed robots to become a reality. In recent years, many countries have begun to develop robotic weapon systems. China, for example, has already unveiled a robotic tank that is capable of firing its gun. In addition, the United States is exploring the possibility of arming drones with weapons. This technology raises serious ethical and moral concerns, as well as fears about the potential for robots with guns to be used to commit atrocities or even carry out acts of terror. Many experts are concerned that if left unchecked, this technology could lead to a robot arms race, in which countries compete to create the most powerful and dangerous robotic weapons. The implications of this technology have also been explored in science fiction. From the classic movie Terminator to the recent video game series Metal Gear Solid, robots with weapons have often been portrayed as potential harbingers of destruction and chaos. The message is clear. This technology is not to be taken lightly and should be monitored closely. The capability of machines to make decisions autonomously without human input presents an alarming prospect, where these machines might act on their judgment or understanding of a situation rather than by being directed by their creators. As such, governments need to impose strict regulations on how and when these machines can be deployed, particularly in terms of their lethal capabilities. Additionally, an international consensus needs to be reached on the use of these autonomous weapon systems before any more nations begin developing them. Nations must ensure the safety of their citizens by limiting the use of robot weapons wherever possible and by establishing strict oversight mechanisms. Otherwise, we may soon find ourselves living in a world where machine-controlled violence dominates our everyday lives. Robots have come a long way in the past decade, and they continue to evolve at a rapid pace. From robots that can do basic tasks such as vacuuming to humanoid robots that can walk and talk, the possibilities are endless. With the advancement of technology, robots are increasingly being used in more dangerous applications, such as autonomous weapon systems. Recent developments in robotic technology are the US military's use of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, for reconnaissance and airstrikes. UAVs can autonomously navigate to their targets and execute their mission with little to no human intervention. This could be seen as a step towards replacing pilots with machines, as the Air Force has already announced plans to train UAV operators without any prior flying experience. Another example of recent robotic development is the use of exoskeletons for medical purposes. Exoskeletons are powered robotic suits that can help people with mobility issues or spinal injuries move around with relative ease. The military has also experimented with exoskeletons, creating a power suit that can boost strength and endurance while allowing soldiers to carry heavy loads over long distances. Finally, robots are increasingly being used in industrial settings as well. Manufacturing plants are turning to robotics to automate production lines and increase efficiency. These robots can quickly identify and sort items and handle hazardous materials, making them ideal for factory work. Additionally, these robots can work around the clock and don't require breaks, meaning production can be done at a faster rate than ever before. The idea of armed robotics has caused fear in many people. For years, science fiction has been loaded with cautionary tales of killer robots and dystopian future societies where machines rule the world. It is no wonder then that the thought of these weapons becoming reality fills us with dread. And it is a fair thing to be fearful of. As technology continues to get better and better, robotics and AI will only improve in their abilities and capabilities. But despite this fear, we must remember that these weapons can also be used for good. With proper regulation, armed robots could be used to protect civilians in dangerous situations or aid in disaster relief efforts. Ultimately, the potential for robots with guns must be weighed against the potential for them to be used for both good and evil purposes. As long as we keep our fears in check and take the necessary precautions, these animations could end up being a force for good in the world. That's why it's important that governments around the globe recognize the potential danger posed by these weapons and create laws and regulations governing their use. These laws should include guidelines around who is allowed to purchase and operate these weapons, how they are stored, how they are used, and how incidents involving them are reported. These regulations should also extend to any artificial intelligence technology used in connection with robot weaponry, such as facial recognition software and object detection algorithms. The fact of the matter is that not only are armed robots a potential for futuristic warfare, but they are also already being planned, developed, and in some cases, they are already being utilized. For example, in their current defense measure against the invasion attempt by Russia, Ukraine is already utilizing an advanced algorithm, originally developed to pair Uber drivers to nearby customers in need of a ride, as a targeting system for their advanced weaponry systems. And this is just one example. As global discord continues to ramp up over time, eventually, the ferocity of war will be so extreme that we will likely have to turn over our control over weapons into the hands of advanced AI algorithms in order to have any shot at winning the battle. And once that happens, wars will not be won by the better strategy or the stronger will of the soldiers, but will be determined by which side controls the more accurate and powerful AI. The truth is that the ability to use robots to take the lives of humans is not only a real possibility, it has already happened. These are becoming increasingly more common in our world. And as technology advances, so does our fear of the future. As we continue to explore the possibilities of robots with guns, we must consider the potential for violence and destruction. We must be cautious in how we use them, and remember that our decisions can have serious implications for the safety of society. We should never let our fear for the future overpower our ability to be reasonable and responsible. If we all take steps to ensure that these machines are used responsibly and ethically, then we can limit the damage they can do. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Will robots with guns soon be a daily fear of the average Earth citizen? Do you see the plot of movies such as I, Robot being lived out in real time around us? Were you even aware that AI is already being utilized in warfare situations? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Until next time.